In this video, I'm going to share with you a proven trading strategy that will help you earn the same kind of money. You need to understand that you can master this strategy in just a few days of practice. So get comfortable and let's break down which entry points we'll be looking at, which ones you should skip, and where you can actually make money and where you can't. Let's go, we'll break everything down in detail. First, let's pick a currency pair, British pound and Canadian dollar. Let's start by looking at a simple example. I'm selecting this currency pair in the booster bot. I'm setting the trade duration to 1 minute. I get a sell signal. Now, let's just watch how this trade plays out. Next, I'll show you which currency pairs you should skip, which situations you should pay attention to, and, accordingly, which entry points will bring the most profit. As you can see, the first trade brings me a profit of $2,100. So, you just saw in action a strategy that really works when combined with a trading robot and just one indicator. Now let's talk about what this indicator is, what this trading robot is, and how to set everything up for maximum profit. First of all, the indicator. How you get it? We go here to the indicators section. Next, we click on CCI and then go to the settings. In the settings, we need to set the period to 10. We set this period to 10. Then, we click Save. Our indicator is now set up, and right here, we have another button. We click it and expand the indicator. Now, about the trading robot. Where do you get it? Right now, you can follow the link in the description, activate this robot, and start earning with it. If you haven't registered yet on the Pocket Option platform, where this bot works, I'll also leave a registration link in the description. Plus, you can also get a whole extra 50% added to your deposit there. So, go ahead right now, activate this robot, register on the platform, and you'll be able to confidently kickstart your journey, especially since I'm giving you a ready-made strategy right now. We've figured out the settings. There's absolutely no need to configure the bot at all. It'll be ready to go as soon as you activate it. Next up, entry points. Let's talk about them in practice now. Entry points are where things get interesting. Look, we have confirmation of the factor. So, the bot will give us a signal, and then we need to visually determine whether we open a trade or not. So, if the CCI values are outside this yellow line, then we don't open any trades. In other words, we're interested in the range from 100 to minus 100. We'll be working within this range. If the price is somewhere above or below, we can easily see that visually. So, these are the segments I'm talking about. Accordingly, we shouldn't trade here. In other words, this would be completely unnecessary and quite risky. At such times, the price goes into overbought or oversold territory. So, it's better not to trade in these situations. So, we only open trades when the price is within the working range. But there's a little life hack that I'll show you later. Let's look at another example. US dollar, Japanese yen. I select this currency pair and set the trade time to 1 minute as well. And yes, we'll talk more about time settings and what you actually need for this time frame. I get a signal to sell. And let's take a look at the logic behind this trade. What can we see here? So, the booster bot gives me a sell signal. I realize, okay, there's a good downward movement here. Next, I look at the third factor, which is the CCI indicator. It's within the working range. So for me, this is a safe trade to sell. And, accordingly, I open my sell trade. Regarding the timing, with these CCI settings, period 10, we'll be working with 30-second Japanese candlesticks. So, regular candles, 30 seconds each. You select this parameter, and then you can confidently start trading. I hope that's clear now. As for entry points, our main entry point will be located within the working range of the CCI. We'll go over the other entry points together in a moment. This trade brings me $2,600, and as you can see, the signal turned out to be correct, all thanks to this strategy. I'm adding $2,600 to my balance. Let's open the next trade for $3,000 and try to find some interesting additional entry points. The currency pair is British pound and Swiss franc. If I get a sell signal on this currency pair right now, I'll open a sell trade. If it's a buy signal, unfortunately, I'll have to skip it. So once again, we can open trades when the CCI values are above or below the working range, but only on one condition, if the direction matches. Right now, the direction doesn't match, so I'll have to look for another example. Let's try to find one, and then I'll explain it in more detail. Let's get a signal on the euro-dollar currency pair. Actually, I couldn't find the situations I wanted to show. But now I'll show you using historical data and in practice, right on the chart. First of all, for the euro-dollar, I get a sell signal and immediately open a sell trade. Look, as I said, it's generally not recommended to trade in these zones at all. But that's more of a tip for beginners. So, in the middle zone, we could open both buy and sell trades. But in the upper zone, we can only open sell trades. Look, here is a good entry point for a sell, and here is also a good point for a sell. And here too, there was a good entry point for a sell. There was also a good entry point for a sell here. And as you can see, when the price is in the overbought zone, it gives a good move downward. So from the upper zone, we open sell trades. From the lower zone, we look for good entry points to buy. And in fact, they often work out just like that. So, when the price goes into oversold territory, we can open by trades very effectively. So, from the lower zone, we could only open by trades. For example, if your booster bot shows that the CCI value is currently in the upper zone and gives you a sell signal, you can confidently open a trade. If it gives a buy signal, then you skip it. The same goes for the lower side. You open a trade if you see a buy signal there. If it's a sell signal, you skip it. By the way, this trade is bringing me another 2,700 in profit. So, I'll leave a link to the booster bot in the description, as well as a registration link. And by the way, if you use our link, you'll get a 50% bonus on your deposit. So go to the description, activate the booster bot, register using our link, and then you'll really be able to repeat these results. I've given you a ready-made strategy and explained how to trade as well. So this is the foundation you can really use to start your trading journey. All the links will be in the description and pinned comment. That's it for now. I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.